What's good, y'all? It's your boy Casey Notes, and today we're going to be making a Wheezy type beat from scratch using stock plugins. Let's get straight to it. Now, obviously, using better sounds or having better sounds will make it easier, but you can create different feels using stock plugins. Hence why I'm doing this, just to show you that the process remains the same. So the first thing I have here is this brass section in Flex. Just have it loaded up. This is how it sounds. And the first thing you want to go ahead and do is create some chords. You want to keep the chords from 1, 2 to 3. You don't want to go to more than 3 chords in the progression. So let's go ahead and lay something easy down. And a lot of times using stock plugins, and you hear this, what I like to do is straight away this main sound, go ahead and add some effects to it, make it sound good. Because if you leave it this way and you try to make the whole beat, it can really derail you and make you feel like you're getting nowhere and that your sound is like trash. So go ahead and make it sound good before you proceed so you can get more ideas. So I went ahead and added some effects. This is how it sounds now. All I added was some quick verb. You can find this in one of the previous videos a while back, probably a couple weeks. It's a quick reverb plugin, an EQ, just to take a little bit of low end out, transient processor just to drop the attack a little bit, and a little bit of vinyl just to boost the sound as well. So I have the output turning up the volume. With everything, this is how it sounds. So the next thing you want to add is a run. I speak about this a lot, is adding runs in your mid-range. If you listen to a lot of samples Wheezy uses, there's runs in the mid-range. It's just kind of like a catchy ascending or descending pattern that aids the chords, gives it kind of a bouncy feel. Let's go ahead and just make one. Just gonna go ahead and drop it down. I only played it that high so you guys can hear what I was playing. Now obviously the run in this one is not as prevalent. I kind of have it in the background. You gotta really listen in and dial in to hear it. But nonetheless, it does add to the feel. So the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and add is just a couple counter melodies. I went into Flex and loaded up this acoustic piano. And I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it simple. That's the thing, you wanna keep it simple with these kind of beats and just accent a little patterns and notes around. So let's try to play something simple. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add this to pattern 7 and just add another quick verb. So crazy enough, I was looking for a better piano sound when I stumbled across this synth voice preset. I think it sounds pretty cool. All I have on it is some EQ to take out this frequency, another quick verb, and delay. This is how it sounds. probably add one more sound for the second part of the hook. Let's find something. I went ahead and loaded in an ARP. Sakura always has my favorite ARPs. I usually use the one in strings, but the one in default sounds pretty good now. So I'm gonna just go ahead and probably play some random stuff in, just some little more accents, like I said. Let's get it. That was okay. Let me just go with it. Add this to its own track, add some reverb, and just turn it down the background. For the second part of the hook, I'm gonna actually drop the chords down just for the second part to make it seem like it's continuing, which will actually be kind of nice. Let's check it out. That's pretty much our melody. The next thing is the drums. Let's go ahead and add our drums. Keep it fairly simple. A lot of hi-hat rolls, a snare, and a hard 808. The Zay, the plug, just make sure it's slapping. Let's go ahead and do that. Make sure you add a good amount of rolls, mostly close to the end of the bars, just to keep the feel going. You gotta make it feel like it's bouncing, kind of like, you know, bouncing. Now, go ahead and do what I like to do a lot. Go ahead and hold Shift R, just hold it down, let it randomly select a couple of notes, and just shift it a little bit off the grid. Something called swing. It really helps with the bounce. Sometimes you won't be able to recognize it, but the human brain can, and you can feel it. So, kind of makes it a little more fire. Now for the most crucial part, them 808s. I'll go ahead and transpose everything up to, just cause the 808 is a little bit too low. Requested by one of the subs. He says, how do you arrange his beats? When it comes to arrangement, especially for these kind of beats, let's say Wheezy type or this type trap beat, you can start it off hard. It's trending to just start it off with some drums in it and leave some of the melodies out. So let's try that. That's hard. Or you can do the traditional way. Let the intro just start with one instrument. And this is the hook. So you bring in like almost everything in the first part of the hook and then everything in the second part. So it could be like this. Then the second part has everything. Then when you come to the verse, it's typically around 16 bars or 24 bars. You don't want to go more or less. Usually that's just a ballpark. And there you can either start dying it down here. There's a lot of stuff you can go, but typically I'm just giving you a general rundown of how you can do it. You can go right here. Just let it go dead. You can bring some drums in like before this hits. You know, there's a lot, but I'm just giving you the framework. So go ahead and play with it. That's pretty much how you make a Wheezy beat. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Just take a listen to the final beat. Here it is.
Casey, crazy, that shit crazy.